Hi, I'm Zoe with Paranormal Extraction, and welcome to my show. Yes, today I am going to be telling my story because I've gotten a lot of people out there asking me about different things that they wanted to know about me. And so I'm coming on to tell one of my stories today of the paranormal and what has happened and the seriousness of this. Um, it was a few months ago, about 6 months ago, that I had interviewed, actually about 7 or 8 months ago, a girl on my show that had an attachment, an entity attached to her. And I had done no protection work prior to doing the show. And so after the show, I didn't realize it, but this entity had attached itself to me. And I had been speaking with her personally on how to help her after the show. Um, that's when things started getting really weird. And I want to let you guys know that you have to be extremely cautious when you're dealing with the paranormal. Okay, especially when you're talking about demons and you're talking about attachments and things of that nature. It was about 6 months ago. Okay, it was about a month after the show that things started to happen to me. And this is very, very, very serious because I've had a lot of attachments. I've also been, I've had to have an exorcism, and a ton of stuff has happened to me in this field. But this was very behind the back door, coming in the back door, and really doing a number on me. The first thing that happened to me was I got in a car accident. And I didn't put all these things together until it started to get weirder and weirder and weirder. I was only going 20 miles an hour, and somebody was texting, and they hit me from the side. And I work out, and I'm very healthy. And afterwards, I was like, oh God, my shoulder kind of hurts, but I didn't think anything weird of it. And my insurance agent said, you've got to contact an attorney right away. You don't know what this is going to turn into. And I'm like, yeah, right. Okay. But anyway, so I did. Um, that's when my life went in and into hell. Okay. It, do I believe in hell? I'm not going to say I believe in hell, but if I can describe my experience, I went to hell. Um, what had happened is my shoulder was ended up being completely dislocated, and my bicep muscle had even detached from my shoulder area. So I had to have a complete reconstruction. The surgeon, the number one surgeon, had never seen anything like it and didn't understand why my bicep had been detached. And not only that, there was issues with my neck at that point. I started having issues with my neck and then my wrists, and it was an absolute utter nightmare. Dealing with attorneys and getting this process going was a nightmare. Every turn that I tried to take in trying to get this situation in order was an absolute mess. It was as if it was, as I know now, a entity attachment, demonic possession. I call it the devil, okay? Because it was so bad. You want to be in the depths of the fire and have everything in your life completely crash down around you in every way, shape, or form, mentally, physically, and spiritually, as well as with other people, other things in my life, and other places that I would go. And I didn't understand why this was happening. In the meantime, um, my partner here at the house started to have some very odd traits. that I noticed. Eating patterns, he changed. When he changed, he would change and look very like a different person. Like he would shift and become extremely mean, and it was horrifying. It was absolutely horrifying to see these changes happen, and then he'd snap out of it. And so at this point, I was still like, I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was just having a streak of bad luck. But, as I started looking more into it, I thought, oh my God, something serious is going on. A lot of people were very, very concerned of me. I had to turn to my paranormal community of professionals to help me, because anything that I tried to do, which I do, okay, I do exorcisms, I go into people's homes, I help them get rid of entities. I have done a ton of stuff that I know how to do, even on myself, and nothing was working. So I had to reach out and learn a lot of different modalities that I never would have ever thought of or tried, because nothing was working, and it was concerning me even more. As time progressed through this whole situation, and everything was getting worse in my health and everything else, and my boyfriend exhibiting demonic possession at this point through IOP, infestation, oppression, and possession, I was so scared. I really was scared. And, like I said, luckily I had people in the community that were supporting me. And I want to let you guys know that there is support out there if something really strange or something that you don't really understand is happening, and you've been doing what you're doing and nothing is working. You need to reach out, okay? Because this stuff really exists. And it was trying to kill me. It was literally trying to kill me. Now, this wasn't the car wreck wasn't the first way it was trying to kill me. It was trying to kill me also, as you know, with my health, my personal, emotional, physical state, my emotional state of mind. It was affecting that. And the people that were coming out of the woodwork were horrendous. And so really what it came down to, of me understanding, like, okay, is this really, what am I experiencing here? I had the ideas, but when I started to question those things and reach out, I started becoming more aware. And it was also as if my spirituality had been dampered, that it was no longer there. And I began to question these things. And one day I went outside early in the morning. I get up very, very early. I go outside to do my meditation and sit with my dogs at 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's what time I get up, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I sit under a particular tree. And I was already getting ready for surgery and all these things. And lo and behold, I heard my dogs barking. I live in a residential neighborhood. And I look across the street and I see a skinwalker. And I've seen, other things, okay, but I knew this was a skinwalker. And I don't know if you guys know about the native legend on skinwalkers, or if you truly know what it is, but if you don't, you need to do research. They are extremely bad. The Native Americans don't even want to speak about them or bring their names up. I saw it from across the street. My dogs began to bark. I got up immediately because, of course, I want to protect my dogs. And this thing looked so bizarre. Okay, it was like a a wolf type of an animal, large, okay, but it had this like stole of an animal pelt is what it was over the top of it, and shaggy, and it was huge. And I said, oh, fuck no. You are not going to come near me or my dogs. And that's just how I am. I'm not afraid. I just went racing across the street. As I got up and started to race, I was tripped and I fell directly on my face on the ground out in the front. I cracked 4 ribs. I get up. I didn't know I cracked 4 ribs until like later. I got up and I started running, and the damn thing totally disappeared. Okay, we have a street. It's residential. There's no way that this could happen. All right, it was a skinwalker. I ran into the house and told my partner about it, and him being under demonic influence at that time went out of his mind and started getting so angry and throwing things and breaking things, and the screen on the outside door just fell off on its own and came crashing on my head, and then I had a huge lump on my head. So this thing came crashing down on my head, and then I have this huge lump. I'm crying. He doesn't care. He doesn't believe me. And that's when I finally really knew it was an absolute warning that death was coming after me. And that's when I got really scared. Was that the manifestation of this skinwalker. And so, of course, I did a lot of research on it again, just to be sure. And I was looking for photos on, is there a photo of a skinwalker that resembled the one that I found? And yes, I found one. And I'm just telling you, you have to be so careful. I mean, even out on the deck, I was almost killed, okay? And then I found out I had 5 cracked ribs. I had to go into emergency, and I had 5 cracked ribs now. So that's when I really had to reach out seriously, like serious, and do every single thing that I would do, that everyone would tell me to do, because none of my stuff was working. And there was some particularly interesting things to try that I did that actually started to work. And I noticed that it started to work. And doing my getting back into my spirituality, which I knew I had to force in to me again and get this thing at bay for now, okay, I had to do and work at it diligently. So after about 2 more months of going through hell on everything and working at my spirituality diligently and using all of my professionals' expertise in doing new techniques, that I was finally able to completely get rid of this demonic presence that wanted to kill me. And when that happened, when I was able to get rid of that demonic presence, it was such a freeing feeling. And my whole meditation in the morning goes into a different direction, because I know that this devil exists and can kill you. And so now that it is finally gone, and we're talking, this is 6 months later, my life has become, because of the experience, has become absolutely incredible. It's so much better. My pineal gland has opened. My look on life has changed. Everything is different. And I think it was because of a lot of the different modalities that I had never tried that made me believe that this stuff really worked, that I would never really do before. So that's my story. And I just want you guys to know, just please, please, please be so careful and be spiritually majorly protected. And if you're doing your shows or your podcasts or things like that, to really kind of check out, how you're feeling about this, and make sure that every single time you speak to a person that started this event, you are spiritually 100% protected. Even if you're talking on the phone with them for 5 minutes or you're just sending a text, you must be divinely protected. So that's my story, and I am alive and thriving and doing well, and everything is absolutely fantastic. So please, you guys, know this stuff is real. It should not be played around with. It should not be going in and taking, wanting to get scratched and doing the things that I see that are going on. It can kill you. And I have spoken with others since where the same thing has happened to them. So it's just a warning, and I just wanted to let you know about my experience. Now, of course, I have a lot more experiences that I'm going to come on and talk about as well with the paranormal, and one of them being when I was actually seriously possessed, and I had to have an exorcism, which I do now, and vampires, one on that, UFOs, definitely in my family. Stories of those, cryptids. I could go on and on and on. So everybody wanted to hear one of my stories, and this is one of them. This is the most serious. And when I feel passionate about something, this is what I'm going to talk about, because nobody else will. And I don't really care what you guys think of me. I really don't. I love what I do. I am passionate about what I do. Do I have a big following? No, I don't have a huge following. But I do have, possibly a green light on Netflix for my shows. So not my shows now. They'll be refilming those. So, even though you guys, if you only have 20 or 30 people that are following you, don't be worried about it, because you might get approached by somebody who believes in you and wants you to be on a TV show. So with your requests, and not have it being faked, like all of the other TV shows I did for the Travel Channel and things like that, my radio station, that are faked and that are not true, and that they're lies. The majority, probably 99%. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed hearing me today. I'm very calm. I feel very peaceful about this. And I just want to let you know, thank you all for watching, and much appreciated. If you want to be on my show, let me know. I take it very seriously, and there are guidelines to follow. And I seek professionals only, not people that just think it's funny. So thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure today. Any questions, send them. I will be happy to answer you if you need some help. And if I can't help you, somebody else can. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful Christmas season. We have our tree up, but no ornaments yet. Thank you so much.